Hello, everyone. I'm Chestic44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Last episode, we did have a bit of a walkthrough as we entered Hearthsong, the outer district of Twin Elms. It's currently the only one we can visit. We got a couple quests, including finding out that someone who we killed is actually still alive. What was his name again? Raedric. Right. Raedric is somehow alive again. We're gonna need to deal with him later. First, though, let's finish looking through here. Let's take a look at the market. Okay, welcome to the market. Let's see if we've got anyone notable here. A heavily oily scent emanates from the hides.
Hail, Estramor.
This tall woman is clad in furred hides. She settles a sharp, dark-eyed gaze on you. I hold here the best hides in Anamenfath. Hides so thick the Stelgar cannot claw through. Boots so supple they will smother the sound of your steps. What's your trade? I bear it on my skin. I sell hides from every one of Galawain's beasts. Estramoran come from every village to see them, and know us for great hunters. Every hide bears the tale of a great hunt, and our traders bear them in turn to every corner of our lands. Let me see your wares. Hide armor, nothing of note. Okay. Where did I get that tiny beetle from? That came out of nowhere. This small beetle gleams like a gem. Its manifold segmented legs tap rapidly along as it struggles to keep pace. Don't know where that came from. The fine-grained wood of the shields has been polished to a smooth, even finish.
Builder's wisdom to you.
This thick-framed woman smiles broadly as you approach. Ah, I see that you heard it. A good blade has a voice, and it sings to its wielder. What weapon called you forward? Tell me about your craft. My weapons speak for themselves, and every man and woman in this market knows my worth. Even that Tamra. I bear the knowledge my father held, and his mother before him. Take up one of my blades, and you hold a weapon 5 generations in the making. They say I should not waste such fine weapons on Estramoran. I say a good weapon lying on a rack is the true waste.
Estramor.
Let me see your wares. Blesha's Labor. A unique club. Interesting. Star Collar. Ooh, Minalette's minor missiles on crit. And attack stun on crit. That's a very good one. And Strike Hard, a unique warhammer. Can pass on that. The rest of these are just weapons. Oh, wait, no, armor. Curded Pames, unique medium. +3 resolve, not terrible. Lost Meadow Mail. Damage reduction, +1 endurance for 3 seconds? Odd, it doesn't say what causes it. Helmet of Darksea. +2 perception. Interesting. What am I currently using? Oh, right, the intellect. No. Honestly, though, I'm going to buy Starcaller. Because, yes, it's a unique one-handed flail, but I feel like that might actually be something useful for Adair. We can spend the money. I don't think I have anything to sell, though. No. I mean, there is stuff I can sell, but we're fine. There we go. Put that in here. Well, I'm probably going to forget it if I do. Let's see. Ripe and juicy, the fruits give slightly under your thumb.
Hail, Estramor.
Some food for your travels? I hold here many delicious cheeses and fresh fruit. Tell me about your trade. Ah, my life is simple and makes a poor tale. I tend to the gardens in my herd, and my family picks this delicious fruit you see behind me. The gods have been kind. Let me see what you have. Yeah, it's basically food, nothing special. Alarhi and Irwin. Oh, the musk of strange roots and herbs pervades these shelves. I won't savor this moment, Estramo. What do you want? And she sells potions, gems as well. Okay, ingredients. Alarhi handles all the trades, I'm just her apprentice.
What brings you here?
You have the look of a hunter, Estremor. Durin's weapons may protect the woman who seeks out misfortune, but my supplies will help you to survive out in the wilds. Dual Canale. A unique pistol. Damage reduction bypass. Crit damage. Okay. And another damage reduction bypass. That's a pretty good pistol. Skolmika's Roar. A unique blunderbuss. Okay, interesting. Imoranet. A unique mace. Grants restore moderate endurance once per rest. And damage reduction. Taluntaine's Staff. Grants fireball per rest. Okay. Dragon eggs. Resolve. We have the money. Buy them all. Why not? And an ebony spider figurine, which I think we can pass on. Nice stuff, though. Yeah, we can spend the money on some dragon eggs, because that resolve bonus would be useful in the future, I think. Alright, that's it for the market. Now, with that all handled, let's head on down. And let's see if we can get permission to go to the other parts of the city. Alright, we're here. What's that? Who's speaking? Keepers, compass, cranes, stelgars, arrows, and brambles. In this hall, all 6 Glenfathan tribes come together as one people. Or at least tradition suggests we try to behave as one. The 3-tusked stelgar, the twice-split arrows. Yes, I am sure the Anamenfath will not commune together for a season at least. The fisher crane, the stone bramble, the guided compass, the keepers of the stone. Alright.
Wait. I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anamenfath.
Pelagina holds out her arm before you enter the hall.
If a Valiant deal with the Glenfathans weakens the Deerwood, it could mean war for the Republics in the future.
What other option do you have?
I could put the idea in the Anamenfath's head that the Republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Deerwoodens.
If you do that, I doubt the Dukes will be forgiving. Consider your options carefully, Pelagina. The ramifications for yourself and these nations could be great. A troubled look crosses over her face. She is clearly conflicted, but nods weakly in acknowledgement. Hello. A middle-aged Orlan woman stands at the back of the longhouse, an expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step toward you. Another Estremor. What do you want? Careful, this woman's young for an elder, and looking to prove herself, I think. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
Few Estremoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estremoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Has something happened recently? More than I care to think about.
Looters have grown bolder at the sites of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3-tusked Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly, you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Anamenfath continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamenfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
Oh. A vision of an Orlan man appears near Bethel. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them. He points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shapes of 5 other Anamenfath. Another Orlan with tawny fur and a scarred face, a frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orlan, and 2 elves. You're the leader of the Guided Compass. I thought your tribe was more open to outsiders. Indeed, and it has earned us little respect from our peers. These are not times when trust comes easily. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with a slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces and leans forward, as if struggling against a gale. The angry Anamenfath winces. War! They're headed for war. Remind them of Ferult's warning. Does Ferult's warning mean anything to you? Ferult's soul image gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Anamenfath. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estremoran.
You'd better explain yourself.
The 2 attending tribesmen look from the Anamenfath to you, their sword hands ready. There are other souls in this place, and in you. Wait. Yes, and in you. You must listen to them. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estremoran.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anams, a watcher of souls.
She gasps as the last of Ferult's soul fades back into her. The tribesmen gape at you. Yes, I am a watcher. That explains much.
Ferult's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Ferult, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamenfath of our tribe then. When the Estremoric farmers defiled the Builder's monuments, Ferult urged the other Anamenfatha to patience. But louder, angrier voices prevailed. Ferult believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the Builders as we do. He also believed the Builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, he worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations. And you can see where we are today.
After 2 wars with the Deerwood, his warning is more relevant than ever.
While Ferult's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
An image of a polished Adra cube flashes into your mind. There is writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read it. The Anamenfath turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. You can change the past, but your choices now still matter. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estremor came through here a few days ago, and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estremoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man, who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estremoran to protect the ancient places that the Builders left behind. The Builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You again see the polished Adra cornerstone in your mind. This time the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
Bethel stares back at you, her tiny pointed teeth visible through her gaping mouth. What do they mean? They mean that Feralt's words may indeed be true.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Everon in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
In the meantime, I shall be here to assist you. What are the 6 tribes? Glanfathan society is divided into tribes, which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history or way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. In truth, there are more than 6 tribes, but the 6 largest have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 has a seat here in the Passage of the 6, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone War. She gives you a hesitant look. The 6 tribes are the Keepers of the Stone, Fisher Crane, Three-Tusked Stelgar, Stone Bramble, Twice-Split Arrows, and of course the Guided Compass. Who are the Keepers of the Stone? They are the first and oldest of the tribes. When they first sailed to Aer Glanfath, they met the builders, who gave them the cornerstone, and those words you quoted, as a token of friendship. Many of the tribes, even among the 6, look to the Keepers for guidance and leadership. Their long history grants them a place of honor in our society, though it has also made them more conservative, in my opinion. I'd like to hear about Fisher Crane. A mostly Orland tribe from the Thayan Bog. Most of the sites they guard are half buried in the wetlands, and even the other tribes couldn't tell you where they are. They are not the most renowned of the tribes, but they are the cleverest and subtlest. Say what you will about the berserkers of Three-Tusked Stelgar, I'd rather face them than a Fisher Crane ambush squad any day. They're named after a long-necked bird that lives in the bog. It can stand motionless for hours, waiting for a muck frog or a spotted salamander. But when it strikes, it's faster than anything. What do you know about Three-Tusked Stelgar? Same as everybody. They're fearless maniacs, and they want everyone to know it. They're considered a wild bunch, even among Glanfathans. Many of their territories have seen the most conflict with the Ester Morin, and they don't forget it. They don't want anyone else to, either. They inflicted and bore some of the heaviest casualties in the wars with the Ester Morin. In fact, there was a rift within the Three-Tusked Stelgar after the War of Black Trees. Dozens of clans broke away from the ravaged lands and retreated further into the Deerwood, joining whichever tribes would take them. Broken Tusks, some call them. The majority of the tribe dug into the half-burned forest to hold the line, and many respect them for it. They've more than earned their place among the 6, but they advocate more conflict than is wise, and too many others are quick to idolize them for their valor in battle. Tell me about Stone Bramble. Mostly dwarves out of the White March. They're one of the younger tribes, formed over the years by trade routes between the wilds and the mountains. They see themselves as genuinely Glanfathan, though, and who can argue with them? Only Fisher Crane defends sites with such inhospitable territory. Personally, though, I'd say it's gone to their heads. They like to think the rest of us have it easy in the lowlands, forgetting that the wars with the Ester Morin never reached their mountains. Still, they came to our aid during both. They're named for a tough, thorny little plant that grows up in the mountains. It suits them. I'm not familiar with the Twice-Split Arrows. Not many are. They're traditionally outcasts and exiles from other tribes, probably the least respected tribe of them all, but our ancestors believe they should have a voice, and so they've got a seat among the 6. Most of the other tribes see them as scavengers and bottom feeders, but don't say that to a Twice-Split Arrow. They think themselves survivors, and they're as proud of their tribe as anyone else. They'll accept anyone, and I suppose there's virtue in that. You never know what you're getting with them, though. Some clans will rob you blind, and others will slaughter a lamb for the honor of your visit. The Guided Compass is your tribe, right? Indeed. We're one of the younger tribes, and not one of the most prestigious. We tried to keep the peace with the Estremoran, which has earned us the reputation of appeasers among some of our hardline brethren in 3 Tustelgar and the Keepers of the Stone. We value our heritage as Glenfathans, but we recognize that the Estremoran are here to stay. The way we see it, we can better follow our mandate to protect the places of the builders by making peace with our neighbors. I'd like to know more about you. I am the Anamenfath of the Guided Compass. Like many Anamenfatha, I have leadership in my blood. While tribal authority is not strictly hereditary, we believe that strong leaders can impart a portion of their soul to their children and grandchildren, meaning that Anamenfatha may succeed from a single line for many generations. She worries a sharpened thumb claw. Of course, with all that's happened here lately, I've wondered whether my family's line is coming to an end with me. One of my companions, a representative of the Valian Republics, wishes to discuss a trade issue with you. The Orlan turns her gaze towards Pallegina. Yes, the Valian godlike, blessed of Hylia. Pallegina bristles and quickly spits out a response. So they say. The Anamenfath's face shows no outward emotion, but her voice betrays annoyance at Pallegina's interruption. And a diplomat of the Duke's Bells. I understand you were to be sent here with trade assurances from your masters. Revered Anamenfath, it is true that I was chosen to convey these assurances, but understand that I was fashioned more for war than etiquette. The Orlan smirks slightly. In these dangerous times, perhaps it is better to send warriors to do diplomats' work. Pallegina mutters a weak smile. Indeed. Anamenfath, regarding the exclusive trade agreement... Her voice wavers slightly, and her golden eyes dart in your direction. Nod head, smiling warmly. Pallegina steels herself. The Republics feel it would be in the best long-term interests of all parties if you maintained your traditional goods trades with the Deerwood. The Anamenfath's long ears pitch forward. A strange turn. What do the Republics want, then? Pallegina speaks quickly but confidently. Ta Andra Tara pearls. Trade will be picking up quickly on them in the Eastern Reach. You will buy them exclusively from us for the next 5 years. In exchange, we will be your exclusive market for Adraban and Karogolan for the same period. The Anamenfath considers Pallegina's words for several long moments. An interesting proposition, Valian. We will send emissaries south to discuss the details at greater length. Your appearance here speaks well of your Duke's intentions. Pallegina bows deeply. Revered Anamenfath.
That's it. My position in the Brotherhood gone. I can't believe I just made up new trade terms to the Glanfath and Anamenfath. Postinago.
Pallegina, you did the right thing for the Republics, even if the Dukes can't see it from their vantage. You can deal with their disapproval later.
Verus. They have a saying in Biajepe. New gold clears even the oldest debts. If I'm right, all will be forgiven. If not, there's nothing I can do about it now.
Okay. Well, she's been handled. Pallegina changed the terms of the trade agreement the Dukes and the Valian Republics had given her, preventing the Republics from stealing the Glanfathan trade. In doing so, she preserved relations between the Deerwood and the Republics, but if the Republics ultimately gain nothing from this deal, Pallegina will lose her position in the Order. And a quest here is available now. Let's go ahead and send you. There. Alright. That seems to be it. And there's someone here. My brother, fling and shame. I don't believe any of it. Arthwin is lying. This I claim.
Estremor?
Seeing your approach, an agitated elven hunter suddenly drops his conversation and turns to face you. What kind of courtesy have you learned in your filthy homeland? A red stripe of paint gleams, pearly with sweat from cheekbone to cheekbone. We speak of Glenfathan matters. Be gone. The huntress in the group raises her calloused hand. Still your heart, Redai. Do not forget where you stand. She parts the fine strands of golden hair that float before her face and acknowledges you with a nod. In the house of our ancestors and the 6 tribes, we commune as one people. Radai looks away and fumes in a restrained breath. The ancestors will forgive me and my brother when I clean the shame away from his name, and from the taint it has brought to our tribe. What happened? Tell me about your tribe. Radai's voice swells with pride, for a moment holding his anger at bay. We're the Keepers of the Stone. We're the first tribe. Our history runs across the ages, to the time of the Builders. We are one with the past, with our traditions and history. The best crafts and hunts come from our kin. Other tribes look up to our prowess. They're consumed by envy. That's why Arthun lies about my brother. His tribe has no history, no glory. But now he claims it for the twice-split arrows while we're left to bear a false shame. What happened to your brother? My brother Fiorm is the greatest hunter of our tribe. He set out on a blood hunt but hasn't returned. And now Arthun, that puny liar, he claims that my brother... The elven huntress fills in the silence. Arthun belongs to another tribe. He is the hunter that competed against Fiorm during their blood hunt. Arthun claims that Fiorm has exiled himself, deciding to not return to Twin Elms. Exiled! In shame! For losing to him during the blood hunt! Can you believe this liar? Even though Arthun returned with the giant Stelgar's fang as proof, it's hard to believe that Fiorm would have failed to kill the prey first. But you cannot claim that yet, Radai, not until the Anamenfath judge the truth. Another week! From a lower tribe! He lies. I'll find the truth and clear my brother's name. You mentioned a blood hunt. What is it? We prove our worth in a blood hunt. We set out to stalk and prey, always a dangerous creature, and only one kills it first. Ah, yes, but we hunt as pairs to bond, as Glenfathan, as one, not as enemies. 2 hunters, 2 tribes, 1 spirit. That is our way. Our way isn't to lie. We don't betray our brothers and sisters for our own gain. The blood hunt between your brother and Arthun has broken the communion of our tribes, Radai. Do not dig in this wound until you can claim the truth. Perhaps our customs appear strange to you, but despite what you now see, we Glenfathans hold our bonds sacred. Why would Arthun lie about your brother? Why? Radai, please, still your anger. She does not know our customs. Arthun stands much to gain from claiming a victory over Fiorm. It brings renown and glory to his kin, a lesser tribe, the twice-split arrows. Arthun has no history, no name, and now he returns a hero while my brother... tricked, perhaps worse. How do you plan to clear Fiorm's name? A bead of sweat rolls down Radai's forehead and hangs from his red-painted cheekbone like a drop of blood. It quivers as the hunter's muscles twitch. I can't tarry here while my brother's fate remains unknown. The Anamenfath must let me go. To judge Arthwin and to clean our tribe's name, they cannot listen only to your truth. Before the Anamenfath, only an impartial voice can speak for what happened. Radai whips his neck, and the drop of sweat lingering on his cheekbone flies in your direction. You mean to involve this one? An Estramor? She points at him, her calloused finger curved like a claw. Listen to me now. Arthwin returned, with proof. Your brother did not even come back. The huntress blows against the fine hairs floating down over her face. The tribes are split. Something must be done. And this one is known to speak the truth. I'll find what happened to your brother and I'll get to the truth of it. You speak with the spirit of a Glenfathan hunter. The Anamenfath would agree to listen. There's no union between you and our tribes. The huntress nods at you. Fiorm and Arthwin went to the Northweald Forest beyond the Old Song Pass to hunt a giant Stelgar. Search there and return to us with the truth if you can, but be aware. Stelgar of such size, many times over their lesser kin, usually gather a big pride that follows them closely. Estramor... Radai fixes his eyes on you, 2 glowing embers of the blood-red stripe painted across his face. Estramor, I don't expect help, but I'll do anything to know of my brother's fate, and to clean the stain that Arthun has spilled on our tribe. Anything. This I claim. Alright, so we need to go to Northweald. which we can see, and we might be able to reach soon. Alright. But with that, I have to end this episode here, because it's gone on long enough. Next episode... I think perhaps what we'll do in the next episode is take a brief diversion going all the way back to,
Before I knew it, the Stelgar
Oh.
was on top of me, and I was face down in the dirt.
Arrow to the throat. That stops him.
What? No! I was spirit shifted, and she was in heat, so I aimed for the throat, but not with an arrow.
Anyway, next episode, we'll take a quick trip all the way back to Raedric's Hold to deal with Raedric, because something sounds like a problem over there that we need to deal with. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Palagina, Haravius, Durance, Aloth, and Sagani. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, and I shall see you all next time.